So this communique where the Minister for Public Works, it don't release them. It confirms say the World Bank, it don't release 30 billion francs CFA for fix the roads them inside Bamenda. And it give the money now for Cameroon government. It no give for the multiple Ambazonia terrorist Facebook presidents them. What did that one tell Una? The international community, he understand what will go on the ground, and yet they understand to say Cameroon be one and indivisible. Said the sovereign authority for Cameroon, it be now for Yaoundé, when the Cameroon government it control that territory. Upon all the hundreds of thousands of other projects them, where they table and for them for sponsor them, they sponsor this particular one, knowing fully well say the money could go now for Cameroon government, and our Cameroon government it will go execute the project for Bamenda. They understand say Bamenda is then inside the former British Southern Cameroons, where these multiple Facebook presidents they call themselves presidents them. But why the international community continue to recognize Cameroon as one and indivisible? Why me I dey record this audio for una today, number 20 day for June 2024? Now for confirm which way we don't always tell una. Say the noise makers the way they did for Facebook, they fool una. Cameroon it dey move ahead, full steam ahead. They will fool una say, oh, they don't do international diplomacy. They there for diplomatic offensive. They say they don't make up, they don't spoil market for Cameroon. Cameroon no fit get loans for international community. Oh, Cameroon no fit do this. They don't internationalize the struggle or whatever. All of that noise. What will be the result? They will talk say Cameroon no fit acquire loans, right? Cameroon no fit do this. Say they don't make the world don't do this. They are United Nations. They can't separate Cameroon.
I now invite His Excellency Philomen Yang, who has just been elected President of the General Assembly at its 79th session, to take the floor.
Just this same month for June 2024, when I don't see how the United Nations General Assembly, they elect an Okuman, the former Prime Minister Philemon Yang, for be the president of the 79th session of the General Assembly, Cameroonian.
Mr. President, thank you for giving me the floor. It has been 79 years since the United Nations was created by the Founding Fathers, with the General Assembly as an important body among the 6 main organs which each year elects a president to lead his works. I feel that this election is a great salute to the unity and solidarity of our group and the African Union in particular, which has spared no effort to achieve the choice of a single continental candidate, thus corroborating its well-known legendary discipline in terms of candidacy. I also feel that this election is a great recognition of the Central African states, which endorsed Cameroon very early on at the Economic Community of Central African States Summit held in Kintele, Republic of Congo on January 19, 2022. In addition, as underlined in my letter of intent and commitment, my present election is also a great honor for my country, Cameroon, a ward of the United Nations, and for the maturity of its diplomacy of presence and active participation on the international scene. Moreover, this election is without a doubt a great tribute to my head of state, President Paul Biya, whose wisdom and pertinence of views are regularly expressed from the rostrum of our General Assembly.
When I don't see how the United Nations General Assembly, they elect an Okuman, the former Prime Minister Philemon Yang, for be the president of the 79th session of the General Assembly, Cameroonian. When I think saying that the so-called Ambazonians, they be table the application or your candidacy to the United Nations, who first submit them for United Nations? Who know them? They get seat for UN? The answer is no. The paperwork it will be compiled by the Presidency of the Republic and it be filed at the African Union since 2022, January 2022, for provide a Cameroonian of caliber to stand as the next president of the General Assembly. And it no go just go for there for represent Cameroon, it represent the African bloc, as they call them, because the United Nations it be divided into blocks. You get the North American bloc, the South American bloc, you get the Asian, the European, and then you get the African bloc, and all of those blocks them. So the presidency for General Assembly they rotate block by block of the United Nations bodies them. So what will happen? I say it be being Africa you turn for take over the presidency of the United Nations General Assembly, and so within the African continent now, the countries them they will start submit their candidacy. Each country it will get the opportunity for submit one person for that their country where it go fit then be selected by the African Union for represent the African bloc as the president of the General Assembly for 1 year. Now, the Cameroon delegation it put in the hard work. It do what they call and say diplomacy. It go to South Africa, it talk with the South African government, say withdraw your candidacy. You know, politics now give and take. So South Africa, it deliberate, they talk with Cameroon and they talk, say, okay, if I withdraw my candidacy, where do you get time for me? You scratch my back, I scratch your own. They talk, they arrive at a consensus. Cameroon to go for the other countries, them they talk diplomacy. And that's what they do. By the time where the African Union, a one should now for consider all the other candidates them for select who will represent the African bloc as the president of the General Assembly. By that time now there was no contest because by that time Cameroon don't do the fantastic diplomatic legwork where it produced the results. The African Union they should down now. They vote who they go send them now for represent the African bloc, and they vote His Excellency Philemon Yang. Now, because it being the only candidate from the African bloc, there was no contest because it being Africa you turn for head the General Assembly. So, come September 2024, His Excellency Philemon Yang will take a position as the next president of the General Assembly. Now, international diplomatic victories and this way Cameroon don't win them. Cameroon will acquire loan for execute for execute projects in the Anglophone zone. Before you want to apply for any loan or any financial package or whatever from the World Bank, you get to spell out exactly the details of the project, how much you need them, how long the project will take, if na road, how long the road be, now what location, position where the road day. They need to know all of these details them, and then they go do feasibility studies. They go because they no one scammers them. People the way they will just can't write any stupid project them and then they just finance them. No, it doesn't work that way. This is the World Bank, so you get to tell them all the details of the project where you want for run them. And Cameroon don't apply for do project for Bamenda. The World Bank, it don't grant them the project. It don't give the money. So what's are the amber terrorists? They be there where they do international so-called diplomatic offensive, where they be work and make noise for una. They be fufu una talk all kind nonsense. Oh, Cameroon economy don't do this. Oh, Cameroon no fit do this. Oh, we don't cripple CDC. Oh, economic sabotage. Oh, make your territory ungovernable. All of that noise. At the end of the day, the only person or people them where they cripple their economy, they sabotage their economic output. Now the people them for the northwest and the southwest region. When I say they don't burn, they don't destroy CDC, they don't burn Sonara, they talk all of that noise. No, now Cameroon that way still stand strong. Now Cameroon that way still stand strong. Cameroon economy it grow, and despite other external factors them like COVID-19, coronavirus, where it impact every single country in the world, it caused economic recession around the world. All global economies that still recover from the coronavirus pandemic. But Cameroon, they don't come out of the pandemic despite the Boko Haram terrorism in the north, despite Ambazonia terrorism in the southwest and the northwest regions. Cameroon economy is growing. These are facts, these are realities. When I go check them out, when I feel loan money for person we know if it pay, ask yourself that question. the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Islamic Bank, and all of these international financial institutions, they fund projects in Cameroon as we speak. The United States of America, Canada, the UK, they signed international trade agreements with Cameroon during this Ambazuna terrorism nonsense. These are facts. You can go verify them. If you want, just Google them. The UK trade agreement with Cameroon, which year they signed them? The Cameroon High Commissioner for London, Mr. Fotabong, when a Bangwa man, that he signed on behalf of the Cameroon government for the trade agreement just a couple of years ago. And I bet say when I know, say the Cameroon High Commissioner for London, na Anglophone, na Bangwa man. Yes. Now he signed the trade agreement. Google them. Pictures day for day. During this Ambazuna terrorism madness, international diplomacy, hey, internationalizing the struggle, hey, now we control the land. But everyone else in the world understands that Cameroon gets sovereign power over that territory. They deal now with Cameroon. International trade agreements, businesses, financial aid, military aid, all of those things, they're coming in. Time when they be talk say, oh, Donald Trump, AGOA. When I go sing that song, say they don't move Cameroon for AGOA, all that nonsense. What impact did it have on the Cameroon economy? None. The next president will come, Joe Biden. What did he do? He invite President Paul Biya for Washington, D.C. and all the other African heads of states and heads of government for a summit. President Paul Biya be there with the first lady. When I don't see the pictures, they be hide them for when I don't see them. Who's the international diplomatic nonsense where they be talk? Oh, they don't sanction Cameroon. Oh, they don't sanction Cameroon. When I know be see them, Minister Paul Ntanganji no day for America. Minister Felix Bayou them and they just called now the ones when the Anglophone people the way we go sabi them. Minister Paul Ntanganji na Minister for Interior, Akuman from Northwest Bamenda. Minister Felix Bayou for Minister for External Relations in charge of the Commonwealth. Na another Bamenda man from Old Town. People the way we sabi them. Anglophones. Pa Philemon Yang, Okuman from Bui Division. Anglophones. When they do the so-called international diplomacy, what's the result there? Financially, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Islamic Bank, and all of these financial institutions, they still do business with Cameroon, they still lend the money, they still execute projects them inside Cameroon. So when I don't achieve weighty, with all the lies, the propaganda, the misinformation, the fake news. Oh, when I don't cripple CDC, when I don't do this, might tell when I CDC, yes, the production for CDC, it be dropped to about 20% for 2018-19 at the peak of Ambazuna terrorism. Today for 2024, the production for CDC, it don't go back up to almost the levels where it be there at the beginning of or before the Ambazuna terrorism. Okay? All of these things, statistics, the way they be verifiable. The CDC don't bounce back. They pummel them. All the Cameroon industries them and which way they bring in revenue from the northwest and the southwest region. Where the Cameroon government it make revenue from taxes, from the economic output, it's coming back to normal. So when they make that noise for Facebook, when I go make the noise today, when I go tire, evidence there for una. If una be get the powers with una international diplomacy, why una not stop the election of Philemon Yang for go head the General Assembly? Why una not stop the American president making no invite President Paul Biya for the World African Heads of State Summit? When I say they don't sanction Cameroon ministers, they go do this. Canada go sanction. America go sanction. What are the sanctions a day? Una no say 2 weeks ago, as the Philemon Yang, it there for New York, for United Nations, for the election, for the General Assembly presidency. Of course, it be there for them because now you candidate now they go elect them, or now they be elect them, and now don't be elected. Una think say no be there New York, they don't do the sanctions them. When they talk about sanctioning high government officials for Cameroon, how I mean, can you go higher than Pa Philemon Yang? Can you go higher than the Prime Minister of the Republic? Can you go higher than the President of the Republic? So they don't sanction who? Una name me one. The other day, Paul and Tanganji be there for America. The other day, Pa Philins Bayo be there for America. The same America when I said don't sanction them. The other day, as I talk, Pa Philemon Yang dead now for the same America. The other day, Prime Minister for this current Prime Minister, Joseph John Gute, he there for America. They sanction them now how? When I stop for they make noise, they confuse people them. But I sorry now, una big gullible way, they talk all these things them. Someone when they don't believe them. But now evidence this way will provide them for una. And that project it will be executed. Right now, as I talk for una, the Bamenda Babanju Road, it don't be almost completed at the top because now road where me a waka. I pass that road. Una knows I'll be there for Bamenda for October 2023 now. Just about 7-8 months ago. I'll be there for Bamenda. And I be picking for Northwest. I come and go as I wish. I be there for Bamenda a few months ago. I walk that road during the construction. Amber sheet no white blast, the no fit pass. Even for disturb road construction, for disturb the no fit disturb football match. African Nations Cup for Limbe. It take place for 2-3 weeks. They play match. Come on, go stay for hotel and Joka. Go play again. Come on, go sleep for hotel and Joka. Go play match for Limbe. Stay for hotel for Limbe. Stay for hotel for Boya. Amber terrorists. They no fit disturb. Just for disturb. They no fit disturb the construction of the roads. Baban Jubamenda Road. They no fit disturb them. And this project too, they go can't construct them. Amber terrorists. They no fit disturb them. When I know how their power day, yellow taxi. Now their power that. Taxi people them. People the way they even be disabled. When I pull disabled man out of the taxi, born in taxi, now for day ambassador terrorists their power day. They wait for burning corner. When military come, they run, enter bush. When military come pass, they nyati climb on top road. They wait. When Klando come, they jump on top, point gun for the driver face because they know say the driver no get guns. Kidnap the driver, kidnap the passengers, them take and go bush, go collect 500,000. That is Ambazonia terrorism. Now for their power day, they don't get no political cause. They na pocket of armed bandits. No political cause, and they don't get even that where they been making for 2018-19. It don't exist anymore. Now just armed banditry. That's what it is. They just look for motive for stop people them, harass them, seize their motor, burn their properties them, kidnap people, then go bush. That's all they do. So Anglophones them, when I get the knife and the yam and the ball is in your court. If we now want for free on ourselves of Ambazona terrorism, we now go free on ourselves. If we now want for continue for the suffer, we now go also continue for the suffer. And another thing, I don't post and say, now not the time for the people them, the lovers of Anglophones and the Anglophone elites and the Anglophone general population, because it concerns all Anglophones them. If we now really want for put a lasting solution, put an end to this nonsense of Anglophone problem, as we now call them, then now is the time for come together, bring ourselves together, do the legwork, do the advocacy, do the diplomacy where it be required, get the support where you need them from all quarters and all walks of life for convene an Anglophone conference. Anglophone conference where it could be inclusive, it could get the plurality. That one difficult word for pronouncing. The plurality of all sectors of life for the Anglophones them. From Ben Sikinans to taxi drivers them, to Okada riders them, to Mami them where they work Jamajama farm, to the funds, the traditional rulers them, to the elites, to the ones where they in government, teachers, lawyers, all walks of life, convene an Anglophone conference. Be honest and deliberate and diagnose the Anglophone problem. And then come up with a solution. Remember goal setting. Goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Come up with smart goals and objectives, and then come up with an achievable, reasonable solution. Independence is not achievable. Not in a thousand million years. Independence or whatever is unattainable. Don't even go there. Because me, I would rather start civil war inside Cameroon than for allow that nonsense to happen. We don't demonstrate them unequivocally to ourselves. The incompetence, ineptitude, wickedness of the Anglophones. We are not capable of ruling ourselves. That is a fact. When the British, they be talking, when I be cry say, oh, the British, they talk say, will not be viable for being independent. But we don't can demonstrate them for ourselves 60-something years later, and we still demonstrate them daily today for 2024. We still demonstrate and say we will not be capable for being an independent state. So forget about independence. I don't talk my own. Today, na number 20 day for June 2024. Una good morning, my country people then.